Hi everyone, how's it going? I just wanted to do another video. I have a lot of things to talk about. So first I wanted to update you. I started immunotherapy. I'm on Tecentriq. I started a few days ago and I'm doing pretty good. I just have minor pain and a lot of fatigue, but I'm feeling better today. My friend helped me find an assistance program, and so they're covering the drug, and insurance apparently is going to cover the rest. So everything's all covered, thank goodness. It is in a phase 2 trial, so that makes me a little nervous because when I started out, I had lines, and I've already crossed almost all of them. And this was the last one I had to cross. So now I've crossed every single line that I set in the beginning, and I am the guinea pig. So anyway, welcome to the things that people say to cancer patients part 2. I do not know how many parts there are going to be because there are things that keep coming up. So I'm just going to label them part 1, part 2, part 3, and keep going. So first, I wanted to say that this is not all about me because some people seem to think that I am apparently offended about everything. I do not get offended very easily. Only my very close loved ones have the power to offend me. So I do not get offended. If somebody says something I don't like, I tell them. And I've come a long way with that. So this is not about me. This is about other patients. And they come to me. They don't know how to confront people, how to address things. So I am speaking for them because I've been asked to speak for them. So I just want to get awareness out there. Again, awareness, I feel like the best way to spread it is to tell people, you said this or did this. I don't like it because can you say or do this instead, rather than getting all crazy about it. So this is how I'm spreading awareness. This is how I'm helping other patients and hopefully people with loved ones that are patients. So let's get on with it then. What people say, don't worry. Yes, I will freaking worry. I'm gonna worry. This is cancer. This is something big. Even if you are somebody not dealing with cancer and you have another illness, of course you're gonna worry. I don't know why people say this. You won't have cancer again. Just because we have surgeries or treatments, and a lot of cancer patients do end up in remission and they apparently get to live cancer-free. I wouldn't know about that yet. I hope I get to one day. Does not mean that they won't have cancer again. And that's one thing that people don't understand is that when you have cancer or an illness, this is a lifelong threat. Even if you are free and clear for now, it's something that's always on your mind 100% of the time. And you cannot tell people that they won't ever have cancer again because you don't know that. Hopefully one day, and hopefully I will get to see the day where we find a cure, and maybe one day we can say that. But right now, I know you're just trying to be positive, but it doesn't always help somebody. So another thing people say is you'll be fine. You don't know about this. Stay positive. Now, I agree that staying positive is really important to get through things like this. I laugh almost all the time. Every time I've been in the infusion room, I think I'm the only person that I hear laughing in there. So maybe I'm just a weirdo. But I would rather laugh through the situation than be upset through it. We are all different. We all have our own ways. Some people cry through the whole process and through the whole chemo infusion. I usually go in there and I laugh, and it's just who I am. I spent my whole infusion laughing with the nurses and my social worker because I actually really enjoy spending time with them. It's sad that I'm back there. The nurse that I had almost cried seeing me again, and she got very emotional, and I just love her. But I don't want her crying over me. I would rather enjoy the time that I have with her. So yeah, it sucks to be back there, but I enjoy catching up with them. So, but not everybody's positive. And, you know, I have my days and sometimes weeks where I'm just stuck. And here's something that everybody needs to understand. like with everything, you have stages that you go through, and anger and fear and frustration. Those are all part of processing our emotions. So we do need that time. It's very healthy to have that time and to process those emotions. Trying to remain positive all the time can lead to a major blow up and an explosion. And it's good to process. So I don't recommend saying stay positive to somebody, especially if they're down and they're talking to you and venting to you. I'll get to things that you can say here in a minute. So, patience. How would you handle this when people say things to you that you don't like? What I recommend is telling them right away, as soon as you can, I wish you wouldn't say that. Here is why and what I need from you. This helps you express your frustration, your feelings about things that people say to you, and it also helps them learn what would be better, what would be more beneficial. So ultimately, the most important thing is for you to express your feelings so people that don't have cancer or illness can understand us a little more. What things that you can say instead to patients, instead of these weird things. I recommend saying something like, I'm sorry you're going through this. I'm here for you. I'm here to listen if you want to talk or vent. Is there anything that I can do for you? I'm thinking of you, praying for you, sending out positive thoughts. Fuck, that's one of my favorites. It makes me laugh. And I don't know what to say. And sometimes just saying nothing and just being there in silence. And now, I've already spoken to my mom about this, so she handles it very well. Some people, like my mom, I love you, Mom, they don't know what to say at all. So they just keep on talking and they just talk. And I don't know if you're like me, but too many words really overstimulate me. And so it gets to a point where I'm going to explode. Too many words. I can't process them. It's too much for my brain. And I have to tell her, I can't do this right now, Mom. I'll call you later. And she gets it. And then we'll talk later and she'll apologize for saying too much. And she knows, she's aware, but it's how she kind of deals with it. And that's fine. She is my mom. Your loved ones will have a really hard time dealing with your situation. And they have their own ways of handling it. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but you might need to redirect them and say, hey, you need to call your best friend or someone else and have this really long chat with them because I can't handle it. You just really have to express yourself because I can speak for you. I can put these videos out there for you, but I'm not speaking directly to your loved ones. I'm not your counselor. I'm not their counselor. They're not going to know unless you're sharing my videos and saying, hey, so-and-so, you need to watch this. She's talking about you. And at that point, maybe you should just be talking to them directly anyway. So I'm going to throw a little something different in here. And this is something that I have heard a lot of patients say themselves. And this one does get me. This one comes from a few people that I really care about. And they say things like, I have no right to complain when other people have it so much worse. Yeah, you do. You have every right to complain. You still have an illness. You still have cancer. You're still fighting for your life. You're still grieving for your life. You're still missing out on things. You still have fears. You still don't know what's going to happen. You have every single right to complain, and you are always welcome to complain and vent to me. So that's something I wish cancer patients would stop saying. Your feelings and your situation are no less important just because somebody else may have it worse than you. You're still important, you still matter, and you still have problems. So anyway, that's enough for today's video. I've rambled on enough, and I hope you guys are all having a good one. Bye.